Thank you very much.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm trying to behave
And how do you do that?
very well, very well.
It's going very well for sure. You're a true Swedish MMA pioneer. And probably you're the one single person who's contributed the most to Swedish MMA and in martial arts in general. Tell me a little bit more about your professional career and how you combined that with the MMA. And for example, you hosted a very popular TV show, Ralla Sving. I think everyone here remembers that. But why did you start with MMA? And how did it become such a passion of yours?
I think, first of all, I have to say pioneer. Calling me a pioneer is very, very nice. But there were a couple of guys before me, like almost 10 years before me, I think. And I'm talking about Omar Buish and David Belkeden. So it's very kind, but I wasn't really a pioneer. The thing is that, what was the question?
How did MMA become such a passion of yours?
Well, I think actually it has to do a lot with Ralla Sving, because I think that, to be really, really honest, I think that after Ralla Sving, I felt, I mean, it was a passion for me already, but it was like I had to prove myself. I had to prove myself, not just being a TV guy, doing a little bit of martial arts. So I hang in there. I really wasn't a fighter material, to be honest, but I so much wanted to be that.
But what do you remember then from your first fight?
My first fight in Superior, the one...
In Superior, preferably.
Of course. I met this guy, Takashi, who is a Japanese fighter, and I think that fight meant a lot to me, because I had so much problem sort of mentally, but I had a friend helping me with that part, not sort of the regular, not the way I should have done it, but he just made me Vartanyan. He made me laugh so much, and that fight meant so much to me, because at that time I felt really loose. And then I poked him in the eye, so I didn't get to... And I mean, after the first round, I was like, coming out, I really felt it doesn't matter if I win or lose, because I love doing this. But it was so hard for me to find that spirit, because, like I said, I wasn't really fighting material.
But it was truly a passion of yours then?
It was.
Interesting. You've been a part of Swedish martial arts during almost 4 decades. Where do you think MMA will be in 10 years from now?
Oh, I mean, if you look at what's happening in boxing now, I think it's just going to get a lot better. I think that sort of in so many ways, because of these influencers boxing now. So I think, I think that it's a good vibe. And I think that also it's so interesting to watch, I think, because there's things that you could imagine people would have done a long time ago, but suddenly somebody comes up with something and it looks so brand new and different. So I'm looking forward to see people start sweeping each other, like not like Thai sweeps, but the karate sweep, because I wouldn't surprise if that happened, because of the really low, the calf kicks. I think that's going to be the next thing.
Tell me a little bit how you ended your career. You lost your fight in England. You were fighting a really #1 European top-ranked fighter called Paul McVeigh. You lost that decision and you decided to quit your career. Tell us why.
Because I think it was very obvious for me because I had been longing to fight somebody that was ranked, and getting the #1 ranked, because I fought his friend just months before that, and we talked a lot and everything, and then when he asked me to fight him, I was really happy to get the chance to do that. But I also realized with that fight, I don't belong there. I'm not going any further, and maybe, I was happy fighting in Superior. I wasn't really aiming at, I was of course dreaming of sometime fight in Japan or something, but sort of the thing was that it was very obvious, because he manhandled me. I was there all the time, but you know, I remember at least twice during that fight, and that never happened to me before, that I was asking myself, where am I? You know, in the middle of the fight, and I was like, I was getting hit again. So I think that for me it was clear. It was the end of it.
It was the end of it. Thank you so much, Musse. It's a pleasure having you here. What an amazing career. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.